What is good, you guys? Welcome back to the Hero Report. Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. We talk all things Miami Heat basketball. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Olympics and the Miami Heat's representation in the Olympics, because we did have an exhibition game go on. I do want to talk about it because the Miami Heat were well represented in this game. Before we get into it though, make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. We are close to 1K subscribers, and I cannot wait until we hit 1K. So make sure you guys smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new, and turn on your post notifications so you guys do not miss a single video of mine. And last but not least, please leave your comments down below on whatever you guys have, video suggestions, ideas, comments about the video, criticism, whatever you guys want to leave down in the comments below. You guys are welcome to do so. So please use that comment section as much as possible. We're going to be talking about the Olympics. I did say in the first Olympic video this is going to be a series, so this is another part, another video of the Olympics, because the Miami Heat players, I think 4 players on the Heat played in an exhibition game very recently, and the US versus Nigeria game just happened yesterday, and we're going to be talking about the game in general and the Heat players' involvement in general, because I do want to talk about the Heat, how these 4 players came back from the first round loss against the Bucks, how they if they added anything to that game in the short amount of time that they were off from any basketball activity, if they have worked on anything. And it was apparent that some of these players really took advantage of the opportunity, and I do want to get to a couple players in particular that really impressed me. So yeah, the 4 players that played in this game from the Heat were Bam for the US, and then for Nigeria it was Precious Achiuwa, KZ Okpala, and Gabe Vincent. Those were the 3 guys who played for Nigeria. Actually, all 4 of these guys started, so they did play minutes. And yeah, man, I do think that the Heat were really well represented in this game. Like I said, surprisingly, Nigeria won. It is an exhibition game, so you do not want to read too much into it. Obviously, for Team USA, it's it's gonna take some time to gel. Adding a bunch of stars together, you gotta have some gelling period. You can't just expect it to work right away. I'm a USA fan, but I'm not going crazy about this game, overreacting that we lost. It's an exhibition game, which is good. It gets some time for these guys to get some reps underneath them. Some of these guys haven't played basketball since the playoffs ended, and some of these guys didn't even make the playoffs, so they haven't played basketball in a while, and they needed to get the rust out of their system. And the Nigerian team shot the skin off the peel, and they shot the 3 so well. I don't even remember the stats, but I'm pretty sure they made like double or triple the amount of 3s that the US made. So for the US to only lose by 3, I think they're in good shape, man. You got to remember, the Dream Team did lose to the Select Team, so anything can happen in these situations. So you have to just be patient. It's only an exhibition game, and it's going to take time to gel. So that's what I have to say about the game in general. But coming to the Heat players, I thought some of these players really showed their skills tonight. I thought Gabe Vincent was absolutely phenomenal. I thought his 21 points, but not only that, he was very good as far as defense is concerned. He kind of was that he was the leading guy for the Nigerian team. He was the guy that they gave the ball to, and he made the plays, whether it was setting up a teammate, whether it was drawing a foul, whether it was shooting a 3. He had the highest plus minus on the Nigerian team, and for a good reason. He was everywhere tonight, and I thought that his impact was really felt. He was definitely the best player in this game, if you ask me. And yeah, I thought he was amazing tonight, Gabe Vincent. And then when we go to KZ, offensively, I do think he can show a lot more than what he has been doing. Did go over 4, but I really thought he played amazing defense on Kevin Durant. Forced his field goal percentage to be very low. Kevin Durant only shot 4 for 13, and if you're able to make Kevin Durant, who I think is the best scorer maybe ever, most talented scorer ever, to shoot 4 for 13 from the field, you've done something really nice. So KZ Okpala deserves a lot of credit for that. I thought Precious, obviously, he had that big block against KD, so that just epitomizes his energy out there. I just thought Precious had a good game, solid game. Nothing too crazy, but nothing that was bad. I thought he had a solid game. He didn't score the ball that much, but he did have 6 rebounds and He did have that blocked shot, and his energy was felt. Precious Achua's energy was felt. And the thing about Precious is, I do think he looked a lot bigger tonight. I don't know if it was just me, but Precious actually looked bigger, taller. Like, I don't know if he's put on some weight. I don't know if he's, if he's grown over the summer, but he has increased in height. Like, I did notice that. So, it's gonna be interesting to see how Precious fits into the rotation next year. Whether he's with the team or whether he's traded for a player, I do think Precious has a bright future ahead of him. A lot of people writing him off, calling him a bust. I don't really think they're guys that really watch the game of basketball. Like, you cannot call someone a bust after one season where they had come back from college with no summer league, no proper camps and all that to get ready. And some of these guys, some of these projects are going to take time to develop. So Precious Achiuwa, I think, is in good shape for the future. I think he has tremendous potential. So I think I liked what I saw from him. And I'm pretty sure the last player was Bam, because we did talk about KZ, Gabe, and Precious. Bam, I thought played well, man. I thought Bam played well. Very, very surprising why he was not out there for the closing minutes. Probably because of his plus minus was not that great. It was the tied with the worst on the team with Dame's plus minus, but still, like, he only played 17 minutes, and that's like 10 less than all the other starters. Draymond played more than him. Zach LaVine, even when he got injured, played more than him. So I just don't get it. I don't know what Greg Popovich was trying to do. Draymond Green, like, he's a good defender, but apart from that, he doesn't really provide much else. He's a good facilitator, he's a good defender, but I think Bam can do both those things really well as well. Plus, you have a scoring threat in Bam, so I don't know why Bam was not out there to close the game. I'm low-key happy, even as a USA fan, that Precious got the rebound over Draymond Green. So just to let Greg Popovich know that that's what happened. That's what happens when you don't put Bam out there to close the game out. So, yeah, I'm really confused by that, but I just thought that Bam had a good game. He hit a couple mid-range shots. I don't know, one mid-range shot. I think he caught a lob or something like that. He had an assist from Beal. He had an assist from Dame on screen and rolls. He dunked on Precious. I think Bam had a good game. And I think that he'll only get better, man. He'll only get better. I want to see him shoot the ball more, but I don't think the offense of the USA team is like that. But it's going to be tough to get your points when you're playing with, such great talent. Like, you're not going to average the same points you're doing in the league when you're playing with these all-NBA players every day. So it's going to take time for Bam to adjust, but I think he'll be just fine once the actual tournament kicks off. So what is this? Where does this leave the Heat, man? So obviously 4 players played tonight. It's going to be interesting to see. I have a couple of questions that I think the Heat might need to answer. Is it time to replace Kendrick Nunn with Gabe Vincent? Is that a question that the Heat have to answer? Because I've seen a lot of people talk about that. Maybe it is time. Maybe K Nunn, I like K Nunn, but maybe his contract, I don't think we can pay him the money he wants, and I think Gabe can fit right in, because I think what the Heat have to do, like I said, they have to make a decision. It's been like a couple years since Gabe and KZ were even on the squad, and we haven't really seen them do anything. They've been getting garbage minutes left and right. I do want to see these guys get used more. So at some point we have to see these guys break through into the starting lineup, not the starting lineup, into the rotation at least. And if they're not able to break into the rotation, then who knows? They might have to be used as assets, because obviously every team has these guys who are 15th man on the roster type of players. They're not really guys who are asking for minutes, but these guys are young guys with good potential, and I don't want to waste their potential just sitting on the bench rotting away. KZ Okpala was a highly touted player coming out of Stanford, and we traded away 3 second-round picks to get him, but he hasn't played a lick of basketball. So if KZ's not playing for us, and if he's not contributing to any of our rotational minutes, then we might as well just move him on, because teams actually value KZ. People actually think that KZ has good potential. So these guys who are not really getting used in the rotation, we might have to just move them on for the guys who will be used in the rotation, because they're not just your regular 12th or 13th man on the roster type of players. They're guys with high potential. I think Gabe Vincent can be a very good two-way guard in this league. I think that KZ Okpala, if he improves his offensive game, can become a very good two-way forward in this league. So I think that, you know, KZ and Gabe, I do want to see them out there more. Even like Max Strus, man. There's some games where Max Strus saved us. Against Houston, he saved us. I don't know if y'all remember that game where Bam had a terrible game. And I don't even know if Jimmy was playing. But Max Strus, it was in Houston. He kind of just carried. He had like 21 points or something like that. So I want to see these guys get used more. But if not, maybe try to move them on, or, you know, try to maximize their value and their potential. That's what I just want the Heat to do. So that's the question about Gabe and KZ. You know, is it time for them to break into the rotation? As far as Precious is concerned, do you want to trade him or do you want to keep him? You got to make that decision as well. Because Precious, I'll tell you right now, you might not be certain that people want KZ or Gabe, but a lot of teams will be calling the Heat's phone and Pat Riley and Andy Ellsberg's phone about Precious, man. Precious is a highly touted player in the NBA. He's a highly touted young piece. A lot of people love Precious's potential. Precious was actually not even supposed to fall to 20. So a team will take a chance on him even after a subpar rookie season. He's still a guy with tremendous potential. So do you hold on to Precious as a backup guy, and who can eventually play 4-5 with Bam, or do you let him go for a guy who can help you win now? The decisions have to be made, and they have to be made soon about these two things, because if they're not made soon, we're going to be stuck with the same dilemma as we had last year. We had a mixture of guys who were ready to win now and guys who needed time to develop, and that's not a good recipe for success. You need guys who are on the same page. You can't have half your guys on the team be ready to win and half your other guys be guys who are going to take some time to develop, because then you don't know who to cater to. If you have guys who are all like-minded, and if you have guys who are all similar as far as their developmental stage, it's a lot easier for you. So these questions have to be answered by the Heat. Hopefully they will soon. But as far as the game is concerned, it was a great game to watch. Great win by Nigeria. If you're a USA fan, I'm not too concerned because it's an exhibition game. It's going to take time to gel. Shout out to Gabe Vincent, player of the game in my opinion. And yeah, that's all for me, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all later as always. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff. Peace.